It's Nolan. What's going on, y'all? It's the kid J Nolan here. Hey man, what's a new year without having that introductory conversation about what is and what is not hip hop? Okay, I love having these conversations because that's the background I come from. I dedicated my life to hip hop when I was probably 7, 8 years old. Been in it for a long time. I'm a hip hop artist. I write songs. I got music in TV and films. I got music that's been on radio. I've performed in different cities all over the place. I performed on an NPR Tiny Desk tour last year. Like, I did a lot of stuff in hip hop. It's definitely contributed to my life and contributed to the things that you see around me in my studio. So yeah, I think I'm very qualified to weigh in on this conversation. So there's this video circulating around on Twitter of Yasiin Bey, aka Most Def, or PKA Most Def, because he does not accept that name any longer, where he's talking about Drake. And the interviewer basically asked him, is Drake hip hop? Now, his answer to the question was that Drake is a pop artist, right? He looks at him as that. That's probably the lens that he's looked at Drake in since he came out. And I honestly don't think that he meant that there's anything wrong with pop music, right? But you also have to take into account Yasiin Bey is also close with Kanye. Drake and Kanye have had a love-hate off and on, cool again, not cool again, enemies, frenemies relationship over the course of the last 10 years or so. So Yasiin, I'm pretty sure he's also got that in the back of his mind as well. Like, don't come asking me about this dude. I'm not rocking with him. My loyalty's with Ye. The kid can rap, but what does he have to talk about? And whatever the perspective is on this situation, I don't feel like he's wrong, right? I may disagree. I do feel like Drake is definitely a hip hop artist. His foundation was in hip hop. He merged rapping and singing, which is something that Yasiin Bey was good at doing. But I think their intentions were different. They come from two different eras, two different generations, two different vantage points, right? And that's just my thing. So in this moment, I'm going to go ahead and play what Yasiin Bey had to say in the interview to go ahead and let all of his words, his points, his perspective be on display before I come in and interject in more of my thoughts, and then we'll go from there. All right, so let's get it.
Like, is Drake hip hop?
Why are you doing this to me?
Drake is pop to me, in the sense like if I was in Target in Houston and I heard a Drake song, it feels like a lot of his music is compatible with shopping.
Commercial music.
Or it's
Commercial music,
shopping with an edge in certain instances.
Fair. I like Drake's music, but I understand exactly what you're saying.
Of course, I mean, I
it's
get
commercial, entertaining, fun, good,
it's
formulaic music.
It's likable.
Likable music, yeah.
It's likable.
But is it? I'm gonna leave you alone. We're gonna move on.
So many products.
So many SKUs.
So many SKUs. Look at all these SKUs. Oh, so many products.
So much merchandising. So many barcodes.
I love this mall. Look at this place. I mean, look at this place. They have everything. Everything's here. They have everything here. Oh, this is great. This is a new Drake. You hear it? It's great. Okay. What happens when this thing collapses? What happens when the columns start buckling? Are we not in some early stage of that at this present hour? Are we seeing like the collapse of the empire? Buying and selling, where's the message that I can use?
Right.
What's in it for your audience apart from like banging the pom-poms?
Now, I know a lot of people out there, they're probably going to be angry. Some people are going to write it off and just say that this is just unmitigated hate, that Yasiin is just a hater. They're going to try to compare their careers to say, oh, this is what he accomplished in the duration of his career in hip hop versus what Drake did in his. And I would tell you that your lens, I hate to say it and break it to you, is just incorrect. It's not the way to look at it. Now, Yasiin Bey, as the artist formerly known as Most Def, you got to understand the hip hop that he came up in, right? Because there was definitely some time where Yasiin Bey was willing to challenge Jay-Z to a rap battle, all accolades put to the side, all everything. They just go bar for bar in front of the entire, set it up on pay-per-view or however they wanted to do, bar for bar, song for song, rap for rap. So you got to understand the type of cloth that this man is coming from. Some of y'all may not understand due to generational gap. Y'all feel like, oh, it's all X's and O's, numbers, numbers, numbers. He's done numbers. He's gone platinum. He's gone gold. He's done the tours, right? He's also excelled as a movie star, right? You may not see him on the same level as Will Smith or others that have converted from hip hop to movies, but he's had an illustrious film career. I believe he acted on Broadway. I believe he actually was a film student prior to even becoming a rapper. This was all part of his makeup coming into the game. So you got to understand who it is that we're talking about and the conditioning in which he went through to become who he is today. He comes from the hip hop where it was all about skill, right? It was all about substance. It was all about not only being able to jump into the cypher and have endless 16s on deck, but after you got done with your 16, how many bars am I going to be able to recite back to be like, that was fire, right? Then if you got a demo tape or a mixtape or an album, I play your album. How many times am I going to listen to the album? How many bars am I going to walk away from your album saying, damn, that was deep. Damn, that was some real shit. Damn, that was actually transformative into my life. Damn, I learned something from that, right? Again, look at not Mos Def, but the era that formed Mos Def, which would be the 85 to 94 era, right? You got to think, when these artists was coming up, these guys from the 90s, they were looking up to the Chuck D's, right? They were looking up to the Poor Righteous Teachers. They were looking up to the Big Daddy Kanes. They were looking up to the Rakims, all right? Cool G Rap era. These are all people that had things to say. KRS-One, right? They could walk into any room, bust the fucking rap, shut the fucking room down, walk away, mic drop, and you're going to have different layers of what you're going to walk away from it from. You're going to be like, damn, that was a excellent orator that just came in here, just took over the room and said what the fuck he needed to say and got up out of here. Then you're going to be able to go look up their lyrics. These are the times when you could go pull up the lyrics in somebody's album booklet and walk away from it having learned something about their life, the people around them, the environment they came up in, and you're going to walk away with some sort of teachings. Back in the days, it was the 5% teachings. People were erring on the side of teaching about Muslim, you know what I'm saying? Some people were Christians, but a lot of them were either Muslim or 5%, and they gave you meat that actually would come from the Quran and from the religious teachings mixed in with the slang and the verbiage of the youth at that time. This is why, a lot of the people that folks grew up listening to in the 90s, although they were young, we looked at them like they were much older because they had wisdom that they were trying to impart onto people with the message through music. Coming up, hip hop was about edutainment. It was about educating and entertaining at the same time. You could walk that balance, but anytime you got too far into the entertainment realm is when people looked at you with the side eye. So you want to take all of these things into account. This is not a Mos Def issue. This is a generational issue. I don't feel like Yasiin Bey is wrong. And I don't think Drake is wrong for doing what it is that he does. You know what I'm saying? He wants to be the biggest artist in the world. The intentionality is totally different. He wants to be able to have endless riches to where his great grandkids are going to be set in life. They haven't announced that Drake is a billionaire yet, but I think on the low, he definitely is. He's just not reporting to Forbes. I think he's a billionaire by now. That's his end game, right? He wants to be the biggest artist ever and have the most money that he could possibly get. You see, Yasiin Bey says, well, what's in it for the fans other than buying and selling? You know what I'm saying? What is it that they're walking away from the music with? To Drake's defense, it's like they walk away with it, whatever they want. You know what I'm saying? Because I'm going to give you songs about love. I'm going to give you songs about heartbreak. I'm going to give you songs about, the pitfalls of fame and how I feel, my position in the world is changing, which changes the people's perspective on me in my life. I'm going to give you a song or two here and there talking about, you know, conversations with my mom. He may not go in super deep, but he's going to give you that. And for the fans of Drake that enjoy that, they're going to walk away feeling like they learned something new about him and his story. For artists like Yasiin Bey, he gives you more about the earth. You know what I'm saying? He has a song called New World Water. You know what I'm saying? That was talking about, you know what I'm saying, how water consumes the earth and using metaphors on how it relates to the human body and all of this cool shit. Not everybody wants to hear that type of shit though. But for somebody that was in that era, that shit was pivotal. It's the difference between when you go to McDonald's to get a burger, you know what I'm saying? It's quick satisfaction and it gets you through to the next day. Or do you want to actually go out and make the extra effort to be like, damn, where's the kava that's near me? You know what I'm saying? How do I put my kava plate together? You know what I'm saying? Do I actually like this style of lettuce? Do I want to have pieces of asparagus and Brussels sprouts? And do I want to get chicken, or do I want to go straight veggie with it? Do I want to use lamb? You know what I'm saying? It's a very lean form of meat. Great alternative to beef. You know what I'm saying? You're really making informed decisions, whereas the person going to McDonald's is going for functionality. This is quick, easy, take my money, and I'm on the way to the crib. My kids are happy. I'm good. Fuck that shit. Get ready for bed. The person going to Kava might be going to get that meal before or after going to the gym. You know what I'm saying? Trying to figure out how to pair it up. Do I want the yogurt with it? Do I want this? Do I want the dip? Do I want the skug? You know what I mean? It's just a different light that you shine in. And I think their music fits into those two different brackets. I'm not here to say whether one is better than the other, because I listen to both Drake and Yasiin Bey. I'm somewhere in the middle. I'm just watching the fucking games be played. If someone were to listen to my music, you could hear the influence of both, right? You could hear, okay, this is a little bit more palatable. This is more commercial. This could be seen as a Drake light, right? Then you go into my Southside Nolan album. You go past the singles. You listen to some of the other work on there. You listen to Beautiful Struggle. You might say, damn, this reminds me of Most Def era. You know what I'm saying? Maybe not Most Def lyrics, but the era, the time period, the flow, the metaphors, the similes, the way that the rhyme pattern is structured. It's kind of like, okay, this is more so that. Everybody's got their own job to do. Everybody's got their own objective. Everybody has their own thing. So at the end of the day, I hope Drake doesn't come out and try to diss Yasiin Bey. He already had an issue with Common. We all know that Yasiin and Common have been tight throughout the entirety of their rap careers. They both have transcended rap, doing records, going on big tours, selling platinum, gold, going into movies, you know what I'm saying? Still being extremely famous based on being 100% authentic to themselves. I think that there's definitely a prestige and a royalty that comes with that you can't really disrespect. And unfortunately for a Drake who's superseded them in so many different levels, I don't know if we can say that he was 100% himself the entire way. I think the way he presented himself early on was closer to himself, but since then he's adapted so many different styles, so many different accents, so many different forms and genres of music. And because he knows all the music, he was able to create it within those guidelines, right? Again, no disrespect to Drake. I think, like I said, in the beginning, it was closer to original. Today, I think everything that he does is derivative, and I think he doesn't give a fuck about it. Right? Whether it's the Migos flow, whether it's getting with Kanye and taking his input, whether it's the 21 Savage template, whether it's the Future template, whether it's the Gigs template, whether it's the fucking dubstep template or whatever the fuck he wants to do, house music, we see it in real time. But he provides something for his fans that are looking for vibes. You can bank every year he's going to give you that, sometimes multiple times a year, and they come back for that experience specifically. So again, that's my take on it. Let me know what y'all think down below in the comments. Be sure to like and share this video. If this is your first time seeing me on YouTube, go ahead and subscribe to the channel. Hit the post notification bell for all updates, and I'll see y'all on the next one, all right? Much love and respect, y'all. Peace!
King of my city and cul-de-sac. Coming, I swinging like soldier rags. Leading my people like quarterback. Boy, I study this shit, I'm an almanac. Had to get up and grind. Knowledge is booming, I'm here to apply. Came with the chip and the dip, it just single the mind. We finna do more than survive. I need my check. Spinning the block for the Gouda, we hitting the jeweler to flood out the net. We don't do beef on computers, I'm straight out the sewer, we come when you rest. Niggas be looking perplexed, so keeping my foot on their neck. No map, I trust my gut for the quest. With drama, I'm fully abreast. I was ready for years and they doubted me. All of a sudden they tell me they proud of me. I been dropping these haters like calories. Cross them out, I came back with some boundaries. Stand for my honor, but too raw, no corner. Packing the stick with a drummer. When I catch my bad, won't fumble. I done came too far to be humble.